big crash, and that's Tom Payette who's got upside down right underneath the Burson Auto Parts time clock. And our race leader is Nick Rowe. Here comes Caden Manders. He's gone down low. Oh, that was close with Cody Nash. Nash survives. Here comes Harry Stewart. He takes the lead from Nick Rowe. Manders goes underneath. We've got slide jobs galore. Nick Rowe back in front.
Where do you look? Definitely up the front four, but which of the battles do you look for as Manders crosses back out of Maddington Toyota turn number 2, gets himself back into third spot, but Cody Nash is going to fight back while out the front. Nick Rowe trying to hang on, but Harry Stewart powers his way to the lead and leads by a car length past the start-finish line. Rowe going to try and battle back once again on the inside, but this time Harry Stewart's going to make it stick.
Nicholas Rowe is now under the pressure, and the Queenslander, we've got this white car again stopping in the middle of the main straight. Get it off the racetrack, roll down onto the bike track, young man, as they continue to roll it around it on the outside. It's just in the row. Now Clayton Fleming's been completely blocked, and now he goes backwards as we see the race leader keep on moving. Harry Stewart, the Queenslander. Is it going to be a Bananas Benders night, or is it going to be Caden Manders, who's got through to second, and the defending champ is now trying to chase down the Banana Bender?
It's another one upside down underneath the Burson Auto Parts time clock once again, and Manders has gone wide, and here comes Cody Nash. Nash momentarily into second. Manders gets back that spot. Nick Rowe there in fourth place. Here comes Nash again. Oh, that was close. Almost through the wall. And it's not going to worry. Doesn't matter. I was about to say only 2 drivers have won it 4 times in a row. One was Michael Figlamini. The other was Johnny Fenton. It will not be Caden Manders. He retires. But Harry Stewart leads. Nash is flying home. He might just not get there. He's not going to. And just the 3rd driver ever from Interstate to win. Harry Stewart, just the 3rd Interstate driver to win this event. Had never seen the place before today. He's not going to risk it on top of the cage. He's going to try again, is he? Let's see how he goes. But he is the winner of the West Australian Championship.
And there is a history of the champions. Ken Wiley won the very first one way back before I was born in 1946-47. He's one of the 3 interstate drivers to ever win it. Harry Stewart and Adam Clark are the other 2, Harry Stewart being the defending champion. Michael Figlamini won it between 1993 and 1997, a 5-time consecutive winner, and won it 7 times in total. Johnny Fenton won it 5 times in a row as well. Laurie Matthews, great Laurie Matthews, won it. Dane Kingshot won it on 4 occasions, and Caden Manders, as you heard there in the call, he won it 3 times. So was going for 4 in a row, but was unsuccessful. Before that, Tom Payette won it a couple of times. Scotty Glazebrook, Neville Lance, of course, won it multiple times as well. So there is a who's who, a dossier of former champions there on that list that have taken the crown, and Caden Manders there in the 71 will be looking to win it again. But he'll be looking to take it off of Harry Stewart, Carl.
Yeah, and dual roles, of course, for him tonight. And we saw a little bit of a theme already since Caden has been racing this season, because last week, what happened?
Yes.
Yes, and that last race that we saw, what happened?
Yes, he
limped out of the race. So, unfortunately, things have started to repeat themselves. And I did say last week, I don't want to put the kiss of death on him, because straight away I'm going to get commentators' curse up here, but sadly, for the last couple of years, he's been right in the hunt in some really big races against top quality opposition. He's just had some bad luck. So if he can get some luck going his way, you'd expect that in both divisions of racing, in Speedcars and Sprintcars, he can be there at pointy end tonight.
The Australian title is another one that comes to mind. That famous vision of him and Tom Payette both sitting up against the concrete wall, dejected and despondent after both of them didn't get to the finish line. Well, the sprint cars are back on the infield. They've had their engine starts. The speed cars are still out there. In fact, the speed cars are starting to roll back to the pit enclosure as we speak. And we'll have some further action on the track very soon. There is the windsock. Now, the windsock tonight, both of them are going in the same direction, which is great, because they weren't last night, though. One was going one way and one was going the other. But it's definitely right to left. That's the windsock above the pits. And the other one, the first one we saw, was above the admin building down in turn number 1. But last night it was a very swirly breeze. It's a southwesterly that we've got going, and a pretty strong one as well, going from right to left as we look at it from the Burson Auto Parts race control. So the speed cars going back to the pits, the sprint cars remaining out there, and very soon they'll be coming out for hot laps. Plenty of work going on the infield with the crews as we speak. Last minute preparation before the cars get pushed away for some hot laps, and then we get into speed car hot laps and qualifying, and then the sprint car qualifying before the main program gets underway. Big night also on the program tonight. If you've just joined us at home on pay-per-view, also the EGT late models and the sling lift wingless sprints. It's a mouthful to get that one out, but I've successfully got it out so far. And there's 33 of them. Of course, they will finish the season, Carl, the wingless sprints, with their national title here, where there could be anywhere between 70 and 100 cars.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. I mean, it is one of the better ways to get into a sprint car. Of course, it's a lot cheaper for those that are aspiring to race a sprint car, and let's face it, we've seen some start in that division of racing and then they get an opportunity to elevate themselves amongst the big money players that are going to be in action, of course, as we head towards our really big feature races that are going to be coming up against the Americans, and we'll see our local contingent working really hard as they aspire to take on some of the very best in the world. So looking forward to that as it unfolds, and of course from Boxing Day, the 28th, 29th, 30th, make sure that if you haven't booked your tickets already, that you do get those tickets in place and enjoy what is going to be a really good finish to our year here in 2025 for the 25-26 season. But night number 2 for 25-26, and we are about to see them go at it, and we've got a couple of very well credentialed races to boot us off in a moment.
Certainly have, and if you're a gold member and you've lost your gold pass,
oh no,
yep, very early on in the night,
it is.
If you've lost your gold pass that's on the lanyard, come up to the Burson Auto Parts Race Control and we'll give it back to you. But it's got the identifier on the back as to your seat number and things like that. So if you're missing your gold pass, we've got it here in the Burson Auto Parts Race Control as we're getting ready for some hot laps.
Well, it's P13, so I think you'll know where your seat is. So it's an adult seat, and it's P13. So if that is your seat, then can you come and see Jason and I immediately so that we can return your pass, okay? P13 is the seat. Thank you.
We might actually go and check out P13.
Yeah, go on. Off you go.
It might.
You go and take a seat.
It might actually be a good seat.
Might be. Yeah. Can you commentate from there? Here, take the microphone.
No, we haven't got them. We haven't got any cordless ones.
I remember when we used to just commentate from the middle, Jace.
Yeah,
remember
once
that?
upon a time.
Just do circles, get dizzy as they go around.
So our first group of hot laps coming up, Carl, and
Yes.
we've got some stacked heats as far as this goes because
Let's just wait.
Yeah.
Don't go too early.
No.
You know what I mean? Just
no.
wait till they do this part first, because something might happen.
So how they go out in hot laps is the way they'll go out in their qualifying order as well.
Yeah.
So this group should have Callum Williamson, Jai Corbett, JD Dack, James Inglis, Harrison Pete, Tom Callahan, Cody Clayton, Taylor Milling, AJ Nash and Jason Pride. As we're looking at car number 5 at the moment, James Inglis in the Devil Race Karts entry. And the last of the cars just coming into the staging lane, and the first of them getting pushed away is that of Callum Williamson.
Yeah, and he is going to be, from what we saw last week, ultra competitive again this season. He just is able to, like all of them, drive consistently. I mean, as Con Myagro famously taught me, to finish first you got to finish, so that's the most important part. And he kicked it off in fine fettle. There was a couple of big movers behind him, and I think that will be something that would have been noted. And it'll be interesting to see what they learnt from last week, although we're going to have a very different track tonight, I reckon. And this one's been really well watered, so we might have some very fast times again tonight, Jace.
I think we may do, because I was here last night and it certainly was juiced up.
We cranked under 13 seconds. For those that weren't here for last week, I think we had a 12.95, so that was our fastest lap to kick off this season, and that came really early in the night. So we'll get a bit of an idea now, because they're starting to roll, and we'll give you a bit of an idea of some of the times once they come through.
So we're riding on board at the moment with Callum Williamson, who just starts his first lap in anger. don't think we're going to be in the 12-second bracket this early on. It's still greasy conditions as we speak. As we now look at the 22 of JD Dack, very hard to miss, and behind him is the 50 of Tom Callahan. Meanwhile, Callum Williamson does set the first lap. It's a 19.296, which gives some sort of an indication with a little way to go.
Yeah, well, we did indicate during that track prep when I was looking at that tractor that we've got a pretty heavy track, but once that gets packed down, don't worry. I reckon we'll see those times come down pretty quickly, already into the 18s. So they start to head down towards the 17. Well, high 17s, still 18.3 at the moment, but it's a fair bit better than where we were at 19.5. So they're already a second quicker, and we'll start to see that line that's already mid to three-quarter track high move out towards that concrete fence. There you go, 7.5 already from James Inglis going through that time, Jay. So already a couple of seconds quicker.
Yeah, he is. And another driver that now does have some clear room is Tom Callahan. He's gone quicker, and then we've got Callum Williamson's now dropped up to third, or jumped up to third. Still in the 17-second bracket, but they're all now moving into the 17s out of the 18s, so we are getting quicker. And if you have just joined us, we did get quite a bit of rain last night after event number 12. There was probably a foot of water down on the curb, so the track crew have done an amazing job to get the track into racing condition for tonight. James Inglis now into the 16-second bracket. We just briefly saw him there in car number 5. As we go back to Callum Williamson, the checkered flag is out, and certainly Callum Williamson's got his wing a fair way back compared to the others. James Inglis though, 16.432. was the quickest in that group and turned out to be half a second quicker than everybody else. So it was James Inglis, JD Dack, AJ Nash and Taylor Milling, the top 4, and then Jason Pride and Harrison Pete. Everyone finished in the 17-second bracket apart from James Inglis, who was in the 16.432. And of course that was just hot laps, not qualifying, so the times are just an indication at this point in time as the second group of cars about to be pushed away include Mikey Green, Dane Kingshott, Trent Pigden, Jason Kendrick, Brad Mayolo, Ryan Lancaster, Miles Bolger, Chris Coyle and Caden Manders. So a pretty heavy heat in heat number 2 to come up a little bit later on. And this is also how they'll qualify. So 9 cars to come out for this second group, with Mikey Green in the 74 car. Now on screen at the moment, one of our youngest competitors in the field, in fact only 18 years of age, the Maxim chassis. Started off in junior Formula 500s, was in senior Formula 500s momentarily, and then went into sprint car ranks. There is the 71 of Caden Manders. He's back with us tonight. So Manders in the 71 didn't finish last week, but ready to rock and roll here tonight in car number 71. As we go green with this second group of cars.
Yeah, well, I'd suggest that we've got the 16.5. I reckon with this group of cars, they start to pack it down a little bit harder. We'll see them come down to around the 14.5 in this group. We'll soon find out.
I'll go 15.5.
15.5 says Jason Crow. All right, well, let's go. Let's have a look at the 2 car. We'll get an idea. There's a 15.6 for you. Trent Pigden a 15.3 for Kendrick. 15.3. They've only done 1 lap, and they're already in the 15s. A 15.2 for Coyle. So I am telling you, they're going to go under that. There's a 15 flat. Here we go. Here's the 2. 14 something. No, not quite. So at the moment, Dane Kingshott, one of the slowest out there. 15.004 for Caden Manders. You're still right, you know. You said, no, oh, there you go. 14.6.
You're right.
14.6. So 14.4 now for Kendrick.
It's going to be a long night for me. I'm wrong already.
Well, but the interesting part is, mate, very quickly we've come from 19 down to 14. They're almost going to get to 13. And we've only had the second group. We've still got a couple, another group to go. And then we've got our speed cars coming out, which will pack the track down a little bit further before we get into our sprint car qualifying. But this track, as I did indicate early, it is going to be, I think, pretty quick. and I'm looking forward to seeing what sort of time we can post tonight, because it's starting to get a little bit exciting. I know for those that love to see fast, hard racing, that you might be in for a massive treat here tonight. That's what I'm predicting, Jace.
Jason Kendrick, Dane Kingshot, Caden Manders will be a top 3 there in the hot lap session. Then Brad Mayolo and Trent Picton. Just been told Group 1 will get another crack at it since they were out in the real sloppy stuff. So, all the heavy stuff. So this is Group 3, and then we'll come back to Group 1.
Does it really matter?
Oh, they're going to get another go.
They're going to get another go anyway.
Stewards have been pretty consistent with that over the years. If you go out and it's a little bit too heavy, or a bit too slow, they'll give them another go.
Okay. Does it make much difference if it's a little bit sloppy?
I'm not sure.
Hey? All right. Well, we'll soon find out.
So Matt Cross is out there this time, along with Michael Keane, Chad Pittard, Craig Bottrell, Jack Williamson, Aaron Cherkop, Brooke Newson, Daniel Harding, and Joe Latham. So they will be the starters in this group.
Do you have to go back out? I mean, because it makes no difference. There was no points up for grabs there.
No.
So
we'll see how many of them
do
go
choose
back out.
To go out?
Well, I guess you could.
Okay.
You have actually already been out.
Another chance to break down.
Yeah.
That's just a thought. But anyway, what would I know? Is this the lady that? Oh, okay. Is she an adult? Okay, she is definitely an adult. There you go. We found the lost gold member. Enjoy your night. As we see the field progressing around the racetrack. Harding, Pittard in 92, Matty Cross in 94, Craig Bottrell in car number 4, Michael Keane's in the 41, Jack Williamson, who had some rotten luck to kick off the season a couple of weeks ago in 24, Aaron Cherkop is piloting the 45, Brooke Newson in car number 90, and Joe Latham is the maker-upper of the 9 out there. He's in car number 11 as we see a 15.2. Jack Williamson at the moment is the quickest of this group. Daniel Harding goes through at a 14.9. Chad Pittard now jumps over Jack Williamson. Cherkop is in 4th place, but 14.9 for Dan Harding is the fastest of the 9 cars out there for the moment.
Unfortunately, 6 of them got hooked up together, and some of them had to slow down. They're all in the same part of the racetrack, so that curtailed any chance of most of them getting a quick lap in there. So Harding and Cherkop have got the clear room, and Cherkop's just done the quick lap of 14.791 from Harding, and then Williamson, who's in the 15-second bracket. But again, we've got 4 of them down here together.
They're getting jammed up behind Joe Latham, unfortunately. So he was a much slower car, and Harding just backed off the gas, and then the caution lights came on. So they will roll through. Now, it looks like of the original 10, there's 6 that are going to have a crack, and there's more coming. So it looks like they are going to take up the option to have another little roll around to get a feel for the racetrack.
Looking there at Michael Keane in car number 41, who was 6th quickest there in the hot lap session. Michael Keane has Jay Prow as his crew chief, Triple X chassis, 29 years of age, which is about the medium age or the average age of most of the drivers in this field running at the moment. So Group 1 about to go back out, Taylor Milling on the left and Callum Williamson on the right. Behind them is the 17 car of Jai Corbett and James Inglis in car number 5. And out of the 10 who originally went out, we've got 9 of them in the staging lane at the moment to have a second crack at it. They originally were given 6 laps, Carl. The other 2 groups were given 3 because the times came down so quickly. And the quickest lap was James Inglis with a 16.4, which, as it turns out, is 2 seconds slower than the quickest we saw in any of the other 2 groups. So all 10 of them are going to go out because the other car, AJ Nash in the 51, is just joining the staging lane now. So we'll have all 10 having a second crack at it over a couple of laps. And then we'll move into the Total Tools of Rockingham Speedcar qualifying. They're ready in the staging lane to be pushed back out. So this is the early stages of night number 2 of the Perth Motorplex season for a super speedway. sorting themselves out. Got 4 or 5 of them all over there in turn number 3 together. The green lights have come on, and the first to really put the foot down was the 17 car of Jai Corbett, and he's got some clear racing room as well, Carl. He should be able to put in a flyer straight up.
Potentially. He's coming up pretty quickly, though, on another car here who's probably nowhere near as good, just being honest. Goes zipping past the 40 car, and that was of Cody Clayton, and now they're starting to stack up. Williamson has gone out, so he might have some issues, and he's happy to just take that car infield to sort out whatever that might be, as we start to see some time. Still 15.6 for Inglis. They're not getting any faster at the moment, Jake.
No, and JD Dack has also put the Dack attack on the infield as well. The 22 has gone. Taylor Milling, wow, 13.386. That's low flying. James Inglis at 13.547, then AJ Nash at 14.4. So we didn't see that in Group 3, that's for sure, but Taylor Milling at 13.386 has sent out a bit of a salvo early on in proceedings. It was only hot laps, but qualifying to come up. Working on the front end of the 3 car of Keller Williamson, who went off during that session. And didn't actually record a time in this second group, but the crew working on his car as we speak, so we'll see if we can find out what the go is with Callum Williamson down there on the infield, but I guess it's better to do it now. There's Brodie Moller on the right-hand side, the crew chief, going to work.
Well, let's see if we might be able to head infield and find out a little bit of what's going on. He's very animated in the cockpit, is Callum Williamson. As we get a close-up shot there of the work that's being done, he's still perched in behind the wheel of the race car.
So we move from the sprint cars, as we have a look at Keller Williamson, to the speed cars. Two groups with qualifying, and the second group going into the staging lane there on the right. Those that will go out first are on the motorcycle track. And group number 1 for qualifying will be Nick Rowe, Isaiah Maddington and Johnny Terriaka, along with quite a few more. We'll be ready to go in about 30 seconds or so. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back in just a moment.
At Total Tools, we're the experts in tools for tradies. If you've got the job, we've got the tool. We won't be beaten on low prices. Total Tools. Totally sorted.
TotalTools.com.au bringing us the speed cars and the West Australian speed car title. Also out there, Robbie Golding, Elfie Guadagnino, Patrick Watson, Keenan Fleming, Caden Brown, Vaughan Manders and Gary Mann. They'll be the 10 to be pushed away in just a moment in qualifying, and this will help set the field for the heat race in the West Australian Championship coming up a little bit later on. So it starts to get a little bit more important right about now, Carl, as the speed cars are about to be pushed away.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, electrical group training is who everyone is racing for tonight in our feature races. And g'day to Stewie, Dave and Kat and all the team here from EGT in the Highline Suites tonight. Living it up in style they are. And if you are looking to boost your electrical career, then why not check out Electrical Group Training. They're the largest employer of electrical apprentices in WA. They employ and train over 500 people, and they provide a unique opportunity for apprentices, allowing them to build stable, lifelong careers. And they also provide host employers at low risk, flexible and hassle-free employment solutions. So head to egt.net.au to find out more information. That's egt.net.au, or you can visit Kat at EGT at the stand near the main entrance and say g'day. So thank you for their support of the Westernapolis, which is what everybody is racing for here tonight.
Yeah, they certainly are. And just while they get pushed off, one car was pushed back to the pits, and that is Callum Williamson. So a little bit of a breaking story there. We'll have to try and work out what has gone wrong with car number 3. But once we get some information, we'll bring it to you.
Well, it was Jack Williamson, of course, who had the issues in the first week. It's Callum Williamson, so a bit of a theme there for the Williamsons as we look out onto the racetrack. Jace, they're mobile for the first group of speed cars, and of course this will be time trials as well, so a time will be so important here for the heat races, which will of course follow, and the first speed car heat races come up for Total Tools here in Rockingham at around 20 after 6. Of course, we'll have our openings after we have our sprint car qualifying, national anthem, blessing of the track as we normally do here on our super speedway on a Saturday night. And I've looked up in the sky, Jace, and guess what? Blue sky, and there's half a moon. So what we do know, Jace, is that there is going to be no effect, no blame on the moon tonight, all right? There is no excuses tonight by way of the moon. Just important that I mention that earlier.
No, it's very important. Very important indeed. And we've already lost Gary Mann in the 97, and Isaiah Matic has just rolled to the infield in car number 5. So not a good start for a couple of them here in qualifying for the West Australian Speed Car title. And they're all under full speed. The green lights are on. The time clock has started. The first time will come forward from Vaughan Manders in the 57 car. He's on screen at the moment. He comes down to the line for his first lap, and it is a 16.934. Rob Golding behind him went quick with a 16.701. Johnny Terriaka in car number 10 is moving out of Schlam, turn number 4 at the moment, and he's going to record a time which is going to put him in the P number 7 at the moment with an 18.159.
Well, the scene's been set by Caden Brown, though, because he's jumped right to the top, and Caden Brown, of course, from New South Wales. We've got Harry Stewart from Queensland, and Caden Brown already showing the rest of the local drivers that he means business, a 15.7. The next best is a 16.1 from Keenan Fleming. Nicholas Rose at a 16.7 and a 16.3, or 16.1, sorry, for Nicholas Rowe. But Caden Brown, the only one at the moment, Jace, who has gone under 16 seconds.
Keenan Fleming right at the death, got a 15.867. So there's 0.155 of a second between Caden Brown and Keenan Fleming. So 15.712 for Caden Brown, 15.867 there for Keenan Fleming. Nick Rowe was third, 16.167. Vaughan Manders, 16.184. And Alfie Guadagnino rounded out the top 5 with a 16.273. And big news coming through from the pit area from Callum Williamson's team. It'll be an engine change. So let's see what that does, because I don't think they'll get that done before qualifying, which is going to...
It's amazing what they can do, though. The team, yes, you're right. It's amazing what they can do, but they're not that good. I'd suggest you're right. And what that means then is that he's going to have to work from the back, because points are going to count against him, and he's going to have to get really moving. Could be a mid-pack madness episode if he doesn't do well in the heats, Jace.
Well, we'll soon see how good they are. They've got a very good team there, but that is the breaking news, an engine change for car 3.
Wow.
Let's have a look at Group 2 of the qualifying for the Total Tools of Rockingham WA Speed Car title. Harry Stewart, the defending champion, is out there, along with Chris Dimmick in 6, Jake Robinson 8, Lockie Marshall in 43, Bo Doyle 51, William Douglas 61, 71 of Caden Manders, 75 Joel Watson, 85 Bo Rogers, and 89 of Cody Smith with a 10 to go around.
So 20 cars, and can Harry Stewart, the Queenslander, go back to back? He's the defending champion, and he is back out west to see whether he can retain his title. And, well, from what we've seen from Caden Brown, it could be a tough night for our local contingent. They're going to have to drive really well against two quality outsiders.
One thing we do know, looking at that honour board, there have been a lot of drivers who have gone back to back over the time, so it is certainly not beyond the realms of possibility that he could go back to back from what we've seen at that honour board. The cars are now circulating, the green lights are on. This is qualifying for the speed cars.
Yeah, and we'll, I think, get a pretty good understanding of how good the car is after a couple of laps against the clock as we see Group 2 in their time trial right now and looking to post a quick time. Jake Robinson is at the top right now. He did a 16.6, 16.64 for Joel Watson. Harry Stewart up there in third with a 16.8. So those three, Jace, under 17 seconds early.
Yeah, they certainly are. But these three cars here are bottled up together, slowing each other down. Here's Caden Manders in the 71 car. He's second quick at the moment. He's up behind. Oh, he's going very wide. He might lose some ground. He's up behind William Douglas. They come into the main straight. The white light's on. There's a lap to go. Robinson is the quickest from Caden Manders. William Douglas. Harry Stewart is fourth quick at the moment. As the speed cars burn up the raceway, the checkers are now out, so they're on their last lap. Robinson has completed his, so too Harry Stewart. They're 1-2 at the moment. Caden Manders about to come across the line. Does he go quicker? No, he doesn't. He's going to remain third quick. And this man here on screen, Carl, is the quickest in Group 2 with a 16.161. Jake Robinson, Harry Stewart second quick, 16.307. And Caden Manders third with a 16.314.
We're talking 0.2 of a second between the top four, so we are talking a minute margin, and there's still a lot to be decided. We don't really get a good gauge on it. Track's certainly going to change. There's no doubt about that. It's already changed, and you can start to see that it's becoming quite compact. Only just over probably half track high right now because it's a 20-metre wide circuit. They're staying well off the inside because that is a bit mushy down there, and they're sort of operating about probably 3 metres off the inside concrete curb, and they're probably about sort of 5 metres off getting out towards the concrete fence. So it's really the 10 metres or so in the middle, Jace, that's packing down, and the track will certainly start to progress as we have more racing. And we are about to see the sprint cars go at it, the first time trials for sprint car qualifying.
Yeah, the Victory One Performance quick time coming up, and I can tell you that the first group of cars is to be Callum Williamson and Jai Corbett. So Jai Corbett will be doing a solo pass by himself to kick things off, unless something miraculous happens to our left, but I don't think that is going to happen, unfortunately. So if you've just joined us, Callum Williamson doing an engine change at this stage, and St. Jai Corbett will be out by himself. He will then be followed by JD Dack and James Inglis, who will be the next two cars to go around after that. So this is qualifying for the sprint cars in the Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series, and the first 4 cars are inverted. So if you are the highest qualifier in your group, you'll start from position 4. Second highest qualifier, you'll start from 3, and so on. If you're the 4th highest qualifier, you will start from pole.
So here we go, car number 17, all on his own. It is Jai Corbett from Gympie over in Queensland, and he's away. And he's already coming out of turn number 2, down the back straight. Heads into slam, stays about 3/4 track high. Adam Oval 1 on turn 4. Time, he's 13.18, so he gets the car going, the quickest of any vehicle so far out there on the racetrack. It's a lot easier when you're on your own, though, without anyone to run into, as he'll come out of turn 4 for the second time. And what does he do? He goes 13.08, so he goes just that little bit quicker, but that is the time to beat, 13.089 to be exact, for car number 17, Jai Corbett.
Yep, and that is a very quick time to start with. That's something they've all got to chase. The next 2 cars coming out will be JD Dack in car number 22, and with him will be car number 5 of James Inglis. We've already seen James Inglis show some pretty good car speed early on tonight. The Maxim chassis of car number 5 up against JD Dack, who is the first one to start the timing. And there is JD Dack on screen. Moves down the Triple M back straight, 13.089 the time to beat. As he moves into the main straight to complete lap number 1, it's a 13.482. Inglis, what does he do? Well, he's done a 13.208 and has moved into second place. The Dack Attack Motorsports entry comes into the main straight. He gets himself up to second, live on board very quickly there from James Inglis, and he goes to the top with a 13.057. As we ride live on board with James Inglis, and that's a good omen.
Well, we are, yeah, that's a very good omen, but we're going to break the 13-second barrier. We had a 12.95 on the first night, and already when you consider that we've had 3 cars out there with some very, very good drivers still to come.
And
not to say that the couple that haven't already posted good times aren't good drivers.
0.07 between the top 3 so far.
So 13.05, 13.08, 13.13. So we are going to be going through the 13-second barrier, you'd suggest, as we see Pete and Callahan out there. We may not see it with these two, although I'm happy to be proven wrong. As we go through and we see Pete go through in a 14.08 and Tommy Callahan goes through in a 14.2. So I need to find some speed, these two, as out of turn number 4 comes car number 65, and Harrison Pete lowers his time to a 13.86, and the 50 car, Tommy Callahan, comes through in a 14.19. So their second lap so far, for the most part, have been the best lap.
Next 2 cars coming up will be car number 40 of Cody Clayton, and he'll be joined by Taylor Milling in car number 25. Taylor Milling has done a right-hand turn at the end of the main straight and given Cody Clayton plenty of room.
Well, let me say this. I reckon that this guy, Taylor Milling, is going to post the quick time.
Right.
He's going to be the victory performance quick time. Here we go, see whether I'm right.
Yeah, let's see how we go here. So Taylor Milling out there, the 37-year-old, is on his way with the first of his fast laps. But the first lap is recorded by Cody Clayton. It's a 14.291. He's 6 quick. What does Taylor Milling come up with for lap number 1? Straight to the top with a 12.946. Carl Langdon's on fire tonight. He's like Nostradamus to my left, as the second lap is done by Cody Clayton. He jumps to 5th with a 13.747. Taylor Milling, well, his second lap was a 13.224. Bit of a letdown, but he's got the quick time. He only needs 1 lap to make it quick. That's a 12.946 by Taylor Milling. He leads James Inglis, Jai Corbett and JD Dack. They're the top 4. We've got 2 cars to come, AJ Nash and Jason Pride.
Well, that was marginally quicker than the quickest time that was posted last fortnight ago on our Super Saturday. Problem here, and bang, out of noise. So that is not good news for AJ Nash. He just turns the car infield and pulls it up quickly, and that could be a little bit of work going on there, as we see Jason Pride sipping out of turn number 4 now to come down and post his first lap time, and that first lap time gets him up into 5th place at 13.22, so he's up in 5th. Can he extract a little bit more speed? Taylor Milling, the man to beat, with a 12.94. Here he comes, Jason Pride, second time, and he stays in 5th place. I thought he was going to go a little bit quicker. He did, a 13.168. But not enough, as we see the next group of cars in line, and Dane Kingshot is going to be up and out there in a moment with Mikey Green.
So that puts JD Dack and Jai Corbett on the front row for that heat race a little bit later on.
Where will Williamson be if he's out there?
Well, he'll be off the back.
Yeah.
So,
back of the boat.
Yeah. So we now move to Group 2 of qualifying. Mikey Green in the 74, and with him the 2 of Dane Kingshot, who was the best part of 3/4 of a lap behind Mikey Green. Kingshot just entering the main straight now in the 2 car to start his first flying lap. Mikey Green is about to complete his first lap, and it's a pretty good one, 13.696 for Mikey Green. Into the main straight comes car number 2, Dane Kingshot, and he does a 13.054. That's very quick. Mikey Green's second lap, very, very good lap, 13.261. Kingshot, what can he do? It's a 13.165, so his first lap will count a 13.054. 13.054 is the time to beat in this group, but overall it's Taylor Milling who leads with a 12.946.
So given we've got a fast track chase, it's going to be hard to make up ground from the back of the bus, and so this is going to be a really important sprint car qualifying, I reckon. And it's going to be so important to post yourself a really good time. As we see Jason Kendrick, who had a Had a poor season last year, change of colour, give him some luck, nice gold. Gold's been high, what can the 11 do? Oh, he does pretty well. He does a 13.197 to start. Through comes a 7 car, Trent Pigden, he does a 13.258. So at the moment, Jason Kendrick sitting second behind Dane Kingshot, but only just, and he goes over with a 13.025. Still outside Taylor Milling's fast time, but that gets him up into second quick. For this group of cars, he's on top, and we see the last car of Trent Pigden going through in a 13.23. So Kendrick, Kingshot, Pigden and Green at the moment in that order, as we see the next two getting pushed out onto the racetrack.
So the next two cars coming out will be Brad Mayolo and Ryan Lancaster. So two cars that can go very quick. The time to beat in Group 2 is a 13.025. The overall time to beat is a 12.946 by Taylor Milling. Brad Mayolo on the racetrack at the moment. Heads down into Schlam, turn number 3. Comes out of turn number 4. And his first lap is third quick at 13.118. 44 of Ryan Lancaster looks quick, but it was deceptive. He's 6th quick with a 13.288. He'll need to go quicker than that. Lap number 2 for Brad Mayolo. Straight to the top with a 13.001. There's nothing in it. And Ryan Lancaster doesn't improve. He remains 6th quick with a 13.288. So Brad Mayolo does a 13.001 to be quickest in this group by 0.024 of a second.
So we got Bolger, Manders and Chris Coyle to come in this group. And what I don't see out there at the moment, where's Manders? Do I see him? As we see the 79 car going along, he's down there, so that's good news. As we see Chris Coyle, what can he do? New car, and he goes through in a 13.43, the slowest so far of the group. Bolger goes through in a 14.4, so needs some speed does Chris Coyle as he comes out of turn 4 to complete his second lap, and he stays in 7th, a 13.29 second lap, so marginally quicker than his first lap, and so too Miles Bolger, 14.04, but well off Brad Mayolo, fastest of this group so far with a 13.001. So what, Caden Manders will get a roll on his own.
Yep.
This could be dangerous. This could be a chance for him to do something. Can he get it down to Taylor Milling's 12.946? Let's wait and see, Jace. Here you go.
Yep, and Brad Mayolo's 13.001 in this group. Well, he's gone out wide. He's going to get a good entry into the main straight. It looks quick already down into the Bella Modular turn, underneath the Burson Auto Parts time clock, and into the Triple M back straight he runs. Lap number 1 of 2 for Caden Manders. Maybe went a little bit too wide. We'll have a look and see. He goes up into 4th with a 13.122, and he needs to make up 0.1 of a second. Down the back straight he goes for the second and final time. Caden Manders, this looks a little bit quicker. Into the main straight he comes. It's a 13.136, so he remains 4th. However, with the inversion, he'll be on pole in Group 2.
Well, there you go. Smart driving, Jace. That's probably what you're going to allude to there. So Bottrell, Latham, Harding, Jack Williamson, Keane, Churcop, Newson, Pittard and Cross will be your field of cars. 9 to go at it in this group of sprint car qualifying. And here we go as we're on board with the 94 car. This is Matthew Cross from Secret Harbour. He is going at the time clock now. And we also see the 41 car out there, and this is Michael Keane from Kawarama, the town of cows. See if you can count how many cows are in that town. There's a lot of them. That's right, Jace. Jinx to you. As they start to see the times, we'll see the 41 car come through. So 13.53, 13.40 for Matty Cross. He was marginally quicker the first time round. Second time, not quite as quick, so his first lap was the best, a 13.408. The 41 car, Michael Keane, his second lap was marginally better, a 13.482. So Cross just beats Keane, and we'll see now coming out, car number 4 in Craig Bottrell. It looks like the 92 of Chad Pittard to enter the racetrack.
It certainly is. They're the two to go around next. Chad Pittard in number 92 will be the first to make his way into the back straight, and he'll be joined by car number 4 of Craig Bottrell out of Limited Sprint Cars into the main event. Both of them now have started their flying laps, 2 of them to go around. The 92 of Chad Pittard moves out of the Mobile 1 turn. It's gone a little bit wide. Let's see how that transpires with the time of 13.658. And car number 4 of Craig Bottrell jumps up to third with a 13.521, but we're talking 0.2 of a second between first and fourth at the moment. The 92 of Pittard comes across the line, doesn't improve, remains fourth. 13.658 is quick lap, and Craig Bottrell remains in third with a 13.521.
So we are getting towards the end of our qualifying, and we have 5 cars to go. Latham, Harding, Williamson, Chirkop and Newson. And this is the 24 of Jack Williamson. A rotten amount of luck he had a fortnight ago. And let's hope that that evades him tonight and he is able to get a finish to start his season. He's certainly capable of driving fast. We'll see what he can do here. He'll get a time and he goes up to second. So 13.42. He's second behind Matty Cross, who's still the fastest. Aaron Chirkop, his first lap's at 13.72. He's the slowest of the group so far. Williamson goes to the top at 13.114. Talk about capable, all right. He is showing us that he has a very fast car, and he ends up doing beautifully there. Car number 24, as we see him rolling to the infield, but a 13.114 sees him the best of this group.
So at the moment it's Williamson, Cross, Chirkop and Keane. This man here, I think, might have a big say in the times. Car number 18 of Daniel Harding. He's out there with Brooke Newson. Only 1 car to come after that, and that is Joe Latham in car 11. And we have seen Harding do quick time numerous times over the preceding seasons. Let's see what he can do tonight. Lap 1 is second quick at 13.349. Lap number 1 for Brooke Newson, which crosses the line in 8th place with a 14.553. What can Harding do on lap number 2? Comes across the line. He does improve his time, but not his position. It's a 13.317. He remains second. Brooke Newson is able to get a quick time, but remains in 8th with a 14.266. So with 1 car to come in this group, it's Jack Williamson, Daniel Harding, Matt Cross and Aaron Chirkop.
Well, I'm going to claim the Victory 1 Performance Quick Time nomination, Jason. I put him right out there to be knocked over, and guess what? The fastest overall driver in the qualifying groups is going to be Taylor Milling with a 12.946. Not to say that Joe Latham can't do it, but I'm saying that he won't do it. There you go. That's Carl's prediction. He won't be doing it. He won't be beating him. It's going to be Taylor Millings, as he got a little bit out of shape, did the 11 car, as he comes out of turn number 4, just making the way Joe Latham, slowest of the group with a 15.08. So Jack Williamson the fastest with a 13.11. Latham the second time round, and will come out of turn number 4 and does a quicker time with a 14.4, but it is Taylor Milling who reigns supreme in Victory 1 Performance Quick Time. Let's get down to Morgan, who is in the infield with our winner, Taylor Milling.
Thanks, boys. Taylor, this season's been really good. It's only 2 meetings old, but very quick to start off this season.
Yeah, mate, for sure. You can't really start the night any better than that. It's something that we've been working on all of last year, which we finally got it dialed. Like, I wake up in the morning and know that I'll be top 6 qualifying, which changes the whole way you approach the night. So hopefully we heat race well and start somewhere up the front of the feature.
That invert, obviously, it's going to be a little bit different as well. You're going to have to start back. Is it more now just sort the points because we know we've got those quick time? Or is it just we're going to go and chase that, hopefully, front row?
Oh, it'd be nice to get a good start and pass the car, but we'll see how we go.
Good, well done.
Thanks, mate.
Taylor Milling, quick time, great night.
Let's have a look at the lap from Taylor Milling that set the 12.946 that Carl predicted and was very confident of right the way through qualifying. Totally workwear entry, moves into turn number 3. It's nice and settled, and the quick times did come earlier on in the session, and 12.946 would stand the test of time. It was a 13.089 by Jai Corbett, and also a 13.057 by James Inglis. They're also very quick, but not as quick as this man here. who puts himself in the best position tonight so far. And it was very happy talking there to Morgan, but the job is not done yet.
And by the way, I did predict it before he actually did start, just to make sure that we have a clarification there. Let's hear from some of our very important sponsors.
At Maddington Toyota, we're all about great deals, value, quality and service. Head to our website for quality new, demo and pre-owned vehicles with videos so you can find your perfect car. We can organise the details by phone and email and deliver the car right to you. Check out the entire Toyota range, plus a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all backed by our real commitment to great service. Maddington Toyota, great deals and great service. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Hey mates, ready to